Welcome to Just Say Okay podcast, where we are learning to be planted while walking on water. Now here's your host, Yolanda Morgan. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Just Say Okay podcast, where we are learning to be planted while walking on water. I'm your host, Yolanda Morgan, and if this is your first time tuning in, go ahead on and hit that subscribe button. I promise you won't regret it. So, as you guys can see, today we have a wonderful, wonderful guest. Okay, so just to give y'all the real spiel, I would like to introduce our guest for y'all so y'all can know who she is and know all about her. Not all about her. She'll tell you all about her. But, okay, so welcome Dr. Apostle Johnnie K. Morgan. And if y'all heard the Morgan, then that might give you a clue to who she is. She my auntie.
I'm auntie.
And we just brought her on here because she is just such a wonderful person, and I love my auntie, and I think she has a mighty message for my listeners. And we just gonna go ahead on and get into it. So if you could tell us a little bit more about yourself. You know, I know all about you. You knew me before I knew me. But
yeah,
can you tell the people a little bit more about you? Like, what's your, well, I already said your name, but where you're from, and all of your...
I am from Albany, Georgia.
Woo woo, 229.
Graduated from Doherty High,
Woo!
Trojans.
Let's go, Trojans!
Went to Tuskegee for a little while. Went to Everest University. Went to Albany Technical College. Earned some degrees. Have 4 kids plus 3 bonus kids. Yes, you're one. Have been through a lot in life, but God. Life is life, but God is still God.
That's it. That's it. See, she already popping it off, y'all. She already get started. So y'all heard that out the gate. Like, life be lifing, but God. And that's all we need to know. So today we just brought you guys in to try to have some real open, honest conversation about something that I like to call, and that we like to call, and that people like to call, that you may or may not have experienced for yourself. It's called church hurt. Church hurt. Now, when you hear church hurt, what do you hear? What do you think of?
First thing that comes to mind is when you say church hurt, technically the church can't hurt you because it's a building. It's the people inside the church.
That's it.
That do the hurting. It's the preachers, it's the pastor, it's the apostles, it's the prophets. It's the people sitting in the seats that do the hurting. The actual building don't hurt anyone, but it's the people.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And I feel the same way, honestly. Like, for the most part, like, when it comes to, I don't know, I feel like when people think about, like, church and people of God and all of that, they typically, like, hold them to this kind of impossible standard.
Right.
And they don't realize the human aspect that's still at play.
Yes.
In all of this stuff.
Right.
And a lot of the times they take it, and they take the human experiences that they have from these different individuals, and they take it and be like, oh, well, God ain't good because look at these people over here.
Right.
And that's my issue. That's why I want to talk about it, because it's a bad, like, it's a poor misconception, I feel like.
Well, with people, I think even from my own experiences, I mean, I've been to quite a few churches. I've joined quite a few churches, and we hold the leaders to such a standard, and we forget that they're still human. We forget, but at the same token, this is someone that has took an oath before God to be over your soul, to lead you in the right direction, to guide you down the right path. So that's why a lot of people hold leadership to such a standard, because you got souls at stake.
Yeah.
You got people's lives in your hand. And with me, I know I'm a prophet, but I really don't like to prophesy, because when you tell someone something and you saying that God said this to me to give to you and it don't come to pass, then that makes it seem like, oh, she just prophesied to me. She was walking in her flesh. When, I mean, if anybody knows, even when you're dealing with that kind of situation, it's about past, present, and future.
Yeah.
I could have seen something in your past. I could have seen something that was happening now. Or God could have showed me something that's about to happen in your future.
Yeah.
But with us, and I can speak for myself, we get impatient.
Yeah.
Because whatever prophecy we receive right then, we want it to happen right then. It need to happen now.
Like you tomorrow,
guys. Exactly. You just prophesied this to me. Oh, you gonna get such. I see such money coming in your bank account. Okay, you just prophesied that. Then boom, by in the morning, by 9 o'clock when the bank open, I expect for that money to be in my account. But it don't work like that. Prophecy comes with conditions. You got to do A, B, C, D. Sometimes E, F, G. Yeah. To get to what God is trying to give you.
Yeah.
And something that my spiritual dad told me the other week was...
Shout to church.
Shout out Majestic Kingdom Embassy. MKE. Dr. Apostle Pamela and Timothy Miller. Camilla, Georgia. Yes. The greatest spiritual parents you ever want to have. I love them. I love them. I love them. Love them to life. Something he told me was that even dealing with prophecy, sometimes we can get the prophecy, but the prophecy can't locate us because we maybe done got into a depressed state, or we may be feeling some type of way, or we may be doubting what's been spoken, or doubting ourselves, and got into that place where we don't remember who we are. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So how can the prophecy that was spoke to you locate you if it's not looking for that depressed person?
Right.
It's looking for the person that was believing and trusting and knowing that God was going to make a way out of no way, no matter what the situation was. It's not looking for the Johnny that's down in the pit.
Yeah.
It's looking for the Johnny that know that God can do all things.
That's it.
So you got to be in. That's when you got to be in position. With church hurt. Oh my God. I'ma say it like this. You know how you heard the saying that kids can be cruel in school. Adults can be cruel in church.
Yes, they can. Yes,
adults can be cruel in church. And my thing is, it's just like with the children of Israel. It was more of them than it was the people in Egypt. Y'all could have overthrew and overran and just took y'all lives back. Yeah. But you didn't, because why? You let them play it with your mind.
Yeah.
And in your mind, you believe that they were superior to you. And it's the same way in church today, because people say, oh, who she thinks she is? Or why she looking like that? Oh, why she wearing that? What she got that on for? First of all, you didn't buy her clothes, so why you worried about what she wearing?
Right.
And if her husband or whoever let her out the house, guess what? That's on her. What you got to do with their business?
Right.
But as a people, church people can be something else.
Yes,
they can be something else. And oh man, I'm a PK kid.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Your grandmama was a preacher.
Yeah.
So I'm a PK kid. You a PK grandkid. So I've seen a lot growing up in church.
Yeah.
I've seen the preachers sleeping with different women in the church.
Yeah.
I've seen the deacons messing with the other deacon wife, or the deaconess messing with the deacon. You know, that's supposed to be your homegirl or your bestie husband. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I grew up looking at all this mess in church.
Yeah.
And wonder, okay, God, where you at? All this going on in the church, the preacher stealing money, the deacon stealing money, You done set the church on fire because you want some money.
Lord.
I mean, I can write a book.
Yeah.
I can seriously write a book out of all the stuff that I have seen. I mean, church people can be cray-cray.
Yeah. So, can you tell us about like a specific time, like you personally have experienced what they would call the church hurt or the people hurt?
I was a part of a ministry at one point in time that was based out of Oregon. And I believe that this man of God was a true man of God. Come to find out, he really wasn't. I wound up marrying him.
Okay.
I wound up marrying him. Stayed married 30 whole days. Woohoo! A whole month. Yeah. Found out a lot within those 30 days. You all know I left and went to Portland. Yeah. But in the midst of that, God was still good. And I wound up working, getting a job up there. So I was doing good. He was a complete narcissist. Come to find out, you done married me, but you say you ministering and praying for other women. And you praying for people, and come to find out, you really a bigamist. You're married to 5 other women.
That's crazy.
And you got people in that's a part of the ministry.
Yeah.
Mostly women, not men. But it amazes me how in churches now it's mostly women.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
we can talk about that.
You take advantage of the fact that some women, the only thing we look for is we want that real man of God. We want that leader. We want that man that's going to be that provider. You going to protect us. And when you prophesying to me and the stuff you're telling me is coming to pass, I'm believing the God in you.
Yeah.
And then you take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Because now you feel like you got me in a position where, okay, I got her believing in me now. And that was the case with him. Very narcissistic. Everything had to be about him. And I find that's not God. I found out that he was cheating. We got married in one state. We went all the way over to Washington instead of getting married in Oregon. So that was a no-no from the get-go.
Yeah, a nice little red flag.
A nice little red flag. And when I found out what was really going on and find out, this, look, dude, it's all about money.
Yeah.
You are a hireling. You're not a man of God. You're a hireling because you getting all you want people to do is sow into you.
Right.
You just want money.
You don't want to sow into nobody else.
You're not sowing into nobody else. You want everybody to come and take this stuff with. And I mean, I was married to you, and I still paid for my schooling through your college that you have.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was married to you, but I still paid what I needed to pay. So, in the end, to find out that this man wasn't just the man of God that he was supposed to be, but you weren't even the man that you were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it sent me into a place of where I almost got depressed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, God, you said I'm this apostle. You say I'm this prophet. I done grew up in church. I done been around all this stuff, but I did not see it. I didn't see it.
What would you say was the reason that you didn't see it? Now looking back, can you see why you didn't see it, or is it?
Now looking back, I think the problem is like with any woman or man, you just want to be loved.
Okay. Yeah, I get
and
that.
You want to be with that person that you connect with, you click with.
Yeah.
A person can portray to be anything.
Yeah, they can now.
They can betray. When I tell you, it's some good actors that need a Grammy, that need a
I done ran into a couple of them.
Honey. Yeah. There are some good actors out there, and he was one. He need a Grammy. He need an Oscar.
Golden Globe.
Golden Globe.
The Emmy.
Give it to him. Give him a BET award.
Not a BET now.
Give it to them.
Okay. And I get that. Like, it's unfortunate, I feel like, because a lot of the times people see the people. Because if your relationship with God wasn't what it was, imagine, and you were just somebody new to the faith.
Right.
Imagine, like, what that would have done to you.
Exactly.
It would have been like, oh, God. This God?
Okay.
This the representation?
Yeah.
And that's why I be saying, y'all, and I said it on an earlier episode, I want to say the name. Not I want to say the name of is who you repping. Because at the end of the day, when I say the people of God are truly the representation of God on earth, and you are the representation to the different people. So what you do and how you conduct yourself, that reflects on, like, okay, you say God is this person, but why he ain't fixed your attitude? You say God is this person, but why you still lying like you lie? Like,
Genesis is the beginning, and God said, let us create man in our image.
That's it.
So we are created in his image, but a lot of us had to get out of line because we don't have his attitude and we don't have his mannerism.
No.
I think some of us jumped out the line too quick. But
in the creative process,
we got
off the belt.
Yeah, we got off the conveyor belt. We got off the wheel. Yeah, he just said, "Oh, they done jumped out. Let me take my hands back."
Lord.
Yeah, because I mean, church hurt is when it's real.
Yeah, and it's real. I know with me, I had my own personal experience with church hurt when I actually moved away to Tallahassee for the first time. Okay. And, I had a relationship with God. But obviously it always can be better. Yeah. And I was trying to grow and, like, really take it serious out there on my own for the first time. That was my first time really moving away from home and stuff. Right. Since I got out of college. So, and I'm like, I'm searching for a church home. And then one of my coworkers actually introduced me to their church, and it's like one of those things where it was great starting out, but it was one of it quickly turned into a thing where you can't fully see what's going on until you become a member. And when I became a member, it's like everybody did a 180 and started like going. It's like one of them, we're going to condemn you into being with Jesus. And, that's not how Jesus
that's
or
old
God.
School.
Yeah.
That's old school way.
And the more I learn about God and the more I focus on it, and it's like,
old school way condemns you.
Yeah, God don't operate like that.
No,
though.
He don't.
He does not operate like that. No. He wants you to come to Him freely, willingly, with an open heart. Yes. He don't want you to be compelled to do nothing. Right. So when you are like kind of like bullying people into like, oh well, you need to do this and you need to do that. Right. And then,
that's not good.
No, it's not at all. It's flesh, and that. And one thing I will say, I feel like that situation helped me to see God for who He is even more, because he didn't allow me to stay in the situation. He spoke to me quickly and was like, no, this not.
And in a way, to be honest, that's how it was kind of growing up with grandmama.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, it was like bully.
Oh,
Bully,
not you done got beat over the head with the Bible now.
Don't get me wrong, I love my mama.
Yeah.
But when I tell you she was old school, her and your granddad is straight up old school. I mean, no dating till you get out my house. No, can't no boys come out here. I barely could talk on the phone. I didn't go to football games or none of that stuff. I was a PK kid for real. Yeah. It was holiness of hell. Okay. It was holiness. It was
Jesus or die.
Jesus or hell. So I mean now I can look back on it and I can laugh about it, because she only they could only teach us what they were taught.
Yeah. And
I can't really be mad about it. I used to, because I used to rebel a lot. But, you know, I've always been that outspoken one and wanted to speak my piece.
Yeah.
And you gonna listen to what I got to say if you want me to listen to you.
Exactly.
So, yeah. But, old school church hurt is something else, because rather than loving us through what we were going through and being that understanding parent or that understanding leader or church family, they convicted you.
Yeah.
And they convicted you so bad till you self-condemned yourself.
Yeah.
Because you felt so bad after they got through saying what they saying that, oh, God can't be pleased with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They put that in us. And, oh, Lord.
I don't know.
A lot of people grew up with that.
Yeah.
And my thing is, everybody got a life. Whether it's good, whether it's bad. Yes, you're going to always reap what you sow, whether it's good or bad. But if a person is going through something, my thing is, don't beat them up. Get with them, pray for them. See what you can do to help bring them out of what they're in. Sometimes just talking to a person will help them change their mind.
That's right. That's right.
Now, grandmama method was, if I did something, child, I got preached to. I got preached to at the house, and if I walked in church on Sunday, you'll change your sermon to preach about me and call my name.
That's it. Yeah, my daughter, my daughter,
Johnnie K. Morgan.
Man,
let me tell y'all what she did. But yeah, that's how we grew up. That was old school, and that ain't God.
Yeah. No,
that's not God.
It's
God,
not.
He said, "With love and kindness have I drawn thee." Yeah. Okay. And I mean that's not love. Can't nobody tell me the stuff I done did wrong better than me.
Yeah,
I can tell what I did. Just be prepared for it when I tell you. Okay. Cause you know I'm a straight shooter.
Yeah, I
shoot from the hip. I don't sugarcoat. I give it to you raw and uncut.
Okay.
So yeah. Oh, Lord. Yeah.
I don't know. And I feel like when it comes to that, especially when the church hurt happens, when you're, like I said, either you're new to the faith or when you're a child, it stays with you.
Yes.
Like you don't really.
It damages you.
Yeah. It changes you as an individual and how you are, like.
How you look at stuff.
Yeah.
It messes with your mentality. That's why when you go and you accept Christ, first thing that's going to change is your mindset.
Yep.
And if your mindset has not changed when it comes to God, you're going to keep going around that same merry-go-round, over and over again. Why? Until you get it right.
That's it.
And all it takes sometimes is for you to change your mindset.
Well, look at you staying the whole time. Thank you for tuning in to Just Say Okay podcast. If you would like to reach me, you can follow me on Instagram at justsayokpod_, or you can email me at okgodpod@gmail.com. And as I said before, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Just say okay, y'all. Have a good one.